Hey everyone, welcome back to the Mention It All podcast. I am here today with one of our Southern Charm ladies. This season has been heating up, so I'm excited to chat with her about it. So Molly O'Connell, welcome.
Hi, thank you for having me.
It's a freezing day in New York. This is going to be coming
cold.
out the week of Christmas, so Merry Christmas, everyone.
Merry Christmas. Happy holidays.
Happy drama-filled, catch up on your Bravo shows. So we are a few weeks into the season. You know, we're getting our feet wet. How are we feeling so far about this season of Southern Charm?
I don't like to fight with people and have drama and confrontation. So, that definitely happens a little bit this season. But it's fine. It hasn't been as crazy as I thought it would be watching it back. But we're only like 3 episodes in.
We have a lot of season left to go.
Yeah, there's going to be a lot more drama, but it hasn't been bad.
Yeah.
I was a lot more stressed leading up to it, and now watching it back, I'm like, okay, I can handle this.
That's good though, because I think for some people it's the opposite, where it's like they're kind of like in La La Land once they finish filming. They're like, oh yeah, like that'll come out when it comes out, and then they're like, oh fuck.
No, I constantly stress out about everything way before any of it happens. So I've already been. Now it's a little less for now.
Yeah,
we'll see.
I'm curious for you. So this is your second season with the show. Mm-hmm. From last season, where maybe you didn't know what you were getting yourself into, or kind of how you would, acclimate to the group.
Yeah.
Versus this season, where you know who all the players are. Yeah. You have now some history with some of them. What was it like, kind of last season versus this season going into it?
Well, so being like Vanita and I are the only ones actually from Charleston.
Yeah.
So I did already know everyone on the show. And so that part of it wasn't very difficult, like joining the group. I was just like stressed out about, are they all going to think I'm weird? Like, the viewers and,
yeah.
And so, but I mean, yeah, I have more history with everyone, and having the new people come in, it's been fun. It's definitely less stressful, less nerve-wracking than my first season was. I'm used to it. I've gotten into it now.
Yeah.
But having the drama this season is new for me.
Yeah. Well, I feel like because it's a unique show in that we have these lovely gentlemen who have been with the show for a very long time.
So lovely.
And they kind of have a lot of the same issues that they're working with each other in their personal lives. Time and time again, it's a time-honored tradition. And, we have other faces that have changed in the cast over the years. And so there is this like massive history with Austen and Craig and Shep. And obviously when you're on the show, you're engaging with those dynamics. Yeah. But also a lot of stuff happened before you got there.
Yeah. Yeah.
What was it like for you kind of last season being like, okay, do I like have an opinion now on how these men are yelling at each other?
I mean, I think I can like empathize with all of them, and I can understand that like this isn't just a couple of years of friendship. They've been friends for a really long time, and they've had a lot of drama go on, and a lot of their issues have never fully been resolved, and so that just keeps kind of like compounding on top of each other.
Yes.
And so, I mean, I always had like an opinion, whether or not I voiced it very much the first season is a different story. I think I kind of like took a bit of a back seat and was like, well, I'm not in on this drama, so who am I to put my 2 cents in? But I mean, now I'm surrounded by it all the time. And I'm like, if I have to listen to you fight at dinner, I'm going to say something about it. I'm going to have my opinion. They're more dramatic than the girls.
Truly.
Like, they really are. We got some drama this season. The girls do, don't get me wrong, but, like, they are always fighting. Specifically, Craig and Austen.
Yes.
Yeah.
Craig and Austen, it does feel like in the last couple of years especially, they have just, like, hit this patch where they can't quite ever get over the hump.
Yeah.
Of really what their issues are with each other.
Yeah.
And I think, this season is obviously a shift in the dynamic now that Craig is single.
Yeah.
And, Austen now is no longer in a relationship with Audrey, we know. But, like, during the filming of this season, it doesn't seem like he's, like, that thrilled to be in this relationship. It's challenging.
Yeah. I mean, well, I had never heard any negative stuff from Austen, like, regarding his relationship.
Yeah.
I think if things were said that, he maybe was a little jealous or like having FOMO, it wasn't around me. And, maybe it was like in confidence and then was maybe brought up in anger. So, I never felt that, but now watching it back, I'm like, maybe there was some FOMO. And I think they also have like resented each other for being in relationships.
Yeah.
Like Austen seemed kind of like, I think probably just jealous that Paige was getting a lot of his time and maybe didn't like how he was acting in the relationship. And then once Craig becomes single, I think he's also not liking the way he's acting out of the relationship. So I'm just like, where is this all coming from actually?
Yeah, and I think also because in, the last couple seasons, Craig kind of had this, I'm in a relationship, I'm like a businessman, I'm a public figure, like I'm not going out and getting wasted all the time. I'm not hooking up with girls. And it's like, okay, like, now things have shifted a little bit.
Yeah,
it's like,
he's like, I'm going out. I'm hanging out with girls.
So I could see why Austin's kind of like, man, like you were like dogging me for this stuff 2 years ago. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's such a layered and weird relationship that they have. I'm like, they need therapy.
What was it like? Did you feel like with maybe the other people in the group besides like, let's put the three of them aside, what was it like kind of like forming these relationships and getting to know people and also sharing your own life on the show? I mean, you mentioned, are people going to think I'm weird, whatever. I think that people kind of love that you're a little weird.
I
the
was
euphonium, having a pet snake. Like, I think people find it new and interesting.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting that.
Yeah.
I thought, if I'm not exactly like all the other people on the show who maybe, in all the shows, all reality TV, who maybe like kind of curate themselves and filter themselves a little bit. And I'm like, I'm unable to filter myself, maybe to a fault sometimes. But yeah, I mean, I love to share just everything that's going on with me and like even the bad parts of it and like my mental health stuff and body image stuff and all that, because I always find when other people share similar things, I can relate and I feel like less alone. So I think the fact that I'm really open about a lot of that stuff, people are like, oh my God, there's someone like me on TV who's actually talking about all this stuff and doing the weird, odd, quirky stuff and the euphonium and the snake thing. I had a lot of prior band kids and people whose children are in band now, like reaching out and being like, oh my God, thank you for representing this and talking about it. And even with like my hormone issues and thyroid stuff, people have reached out about that. So that's been really awesome getting that feedback and made me feel more comfortable to keep sharing stuff like that.
I think it makes any show, but especially a show like yours, more interesting when there are things to focus on that aren't just like, whose party is it this week? Who has a crush on who? And like, who's breaking up or who's having a fight? Like, those things are part of the show.
Yeah, and they're fun sometimes.
But it's nice when we can have more of like a full, faceted view of like a bunch of people living real lives that are complicated and messy, but also fun and random and, a little weird sometimes. And I think it adds something to the show to have people that aren't just like cookie cutter.
Same. I agree. Thank you.
It's a good thing.
Yeah. And I love weird.
Yeah. You also have a very specific reality TV background on America's Next Top Model, which I think people were very interested in when you joined last season, because America's Next Top Model is like this cultural, mythical institution.
Yeah.
And now Tyra's in Australia doing
I saw a video of her literally yesterday where she's got like a yellow wig on.
I saw that.
What is happening?
I don't know.
She's unhinged. She's always been unhinged.
Yes.
I mean, like, she pretended to have rabies on the show. You remember that? She was pretending to foam at the mouth. Like, she did some crazy shit on the show. And it was great TV. It's a little problematic now looking back on a lot of it. But, I mean, what a time.
Have you seen Tyra ever since you did Top Model?
Not in person. Okay. I've run into Nigel a few times and we chat. He's amazing. I love Nigel.
Noted fashion photographer Nigel Parker.
Yeah, he's amazing. He's such a sweetheart. Mr. and Mrs. J are both so kind.
I saw Mr. J like in the wild one time, and that was exciting for me.
Yeah. With the silver hair.
I know, he looks great.
I know, and he's like in such good shape. I'm like, Jesus Christ.
But I think it was, to bring it back, I think it was interesting when you joined and people were kind of like, okay, so like, she did this thing, but it's so different from Southern Charm. I'm curious, was there anything that was like similar to your experience on the two shows, or like a difference that maybe like surprised you or you just didn't think of?
So I went into Southern Charm thinking, so when I was on Top Model, there were cameras 24/7.
Yeah.
When we went to sleep at night, there were motion censored cameras in the corner of the room.
Those houses were crazy.
So like if you wake up and do something weird, they've got it on camera. They know to bring the cameras in the middle of the night. We didn't have doors to the toilets. We had a shower curtain. So it was like, you can't escape anywhere. So I went into Southern Charm thinking like, they're going to wake me up in the morning, every single morning, like with a camera in my face, which happened a few times, don't get me wrong. But I thought it was going to be more like that.
Yeah.
And thank God it's not. But it's still, I mean, they're still there a lot.
Bravo's like, we only do that to the summer house people.
Yeah, exactly. I thought it was going to be more like a summer house situation, which is amazing. I love that show.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was very different for me and something unexpected.
I've talked to other people where when they talk about doing their first season, that it's interesting to get into that sort of rhythm of like, okay, I saw everyone, maybe I had a fight with this person, and then like, because we're in this filming rhythm, like we're going to get lunch next week and talk about it.
Yeah.
And it doesn't allow you to kind of push your problems to the side, because you have to keep the rhythm of the show going.
Yeah. Like you can't not confront everyone about any issue. And even if you do get together and you don't want to talk about it, someone else on the cast is going to be like, so what about y'all's little fight you had? Or what do you think about this? So everyone's like meddling in each other's shit.
Yeah.
And, you don't have a space to not confront all the issues. So that is definitely hard, but it also is kind of conducive to like getting through the issues more than you might just on your own terms and time. A lot of people leave things unsaid, and we don't leave much unsaid.
I know.
Except for the Craig and Austen of it all. Yeah. It's like, come on, y'all have all this time. Y'all do confront each other. I just don't think they get deep enough or like to the true issues. I don't I'm always a little confused by it because I know they love each other.
Right.
Like the boys love each other, but they hate each other too.
Yeah. Well, I mean, even just in the first few episodes of this season, the kind of game of telephone that's happened with you and Salley it's kind of run its course and bubbled to the surface. And what was it like for you? Because obviously you made the comments about her sort of calling dibs on guys to Vanita first, I think. And then it kind of was like Vanita talked to, and then
that's
it's like
how
everybody.
It all is.
Yeah, like what was it like for you, kind of realizing or experiencing that sort of like spreading through the group and then coming to the surface?
I mean, well, I'm not surprised by it.
Yeah.
And I know that Salley and Vanita are very close, so I knew pretty much everything I said to Vanita would be
fair enough. Yeah.
Would be, talked about to Salley. But it's like Charleston. If you call dibs on every single guy you have a crush on, none of us are going to have anybody to date. Like
there's not a lot of.
It's a very small pool, and especially just in this friend group. And it's like, I understand you have a crush on someone, but like if y'all aren't a thing and y'all haven't hooked up, I think it's a little unfair to be kind of.
Yeah.
And she's like, I didn't call dibs, and I'm like, I mean, you in so many words you did.
Right. I think especially because Charlie was brand new to the group, that when you say, hey, let me know if you're going to talk to him, it's like the implication is that you don't want her to talk to him.
Exactly. And so it's like, okay, you may not have like literally said, I call dibs on Craig, but we all know what you meant by that. So yeah, I mean, I expected it all to be talked about by everyone else. That's all we do in this group is talk about each other. Did
you feel like that was going to be turned around on you to like, oh, you're projecting, or like you want attention from Craig or Shep or whoever?
I want attention from Craig?
Yeah, because I think that's what, she might, maybe somebody could say like, oh, she's mad that Sally's calling dibs because she actually is the one who, like, I don't think that, but I think.
I never thought, no, I never even crossed my mind. Because I mean, if that was a thing, I would have done it like immediately, or
Yeah.
once someone I'm into starts dating someone else, like he did with Paige, especially for such a long time, like I turn that off.
Yeah.
I'm not pining after people who are dating other people. And so, when I said I'm not trying to steal Craig from Paige, I meant that last season. And so, yeah, I never really thought that that's how it would be portrayed or thought of. I just mean in like, if Craig likes Charlie, which he obviously
Seems like he did,
seems like he does, and Charlie likes him, who are you to really stop that from happening just because you like had a little crush on him?
And then, Madison's always there to throw the little dig like, I think she's in love with Austen.
Well, I mean, she literally said, like, I'll hook up with him the day that they break up.
Yeah, I mean, it's just a messy thing to say. Like,
She's a messy girl, which makes for great TV. Yeah. Don't get me wrong. And, like, I'm here for the mess as long as, like, you're not being a dick to me.
Yeah.
I mean, was that respectful of their relationship? Absolutely not. And, did I bring it up immediately when I heard it? No. But once Salley kind of started shit with me, I'm like, all right, well, it's on now, and I'll bring up all the stuff that you've said that's problematic.
Right. And I think, at the end of the day, that's kind of the point. It's like, that's the expectation that, like, it is going to be a little bit of that back and forth. And the same way you thought, if I say something to Vanita, she's going to hear it. It's like, yeah, it's okay.
Yeah. But I know that Vanita has seen a lot of the things that I brought up. A lot of it, wasn't shown. It was a pretty long lunch that we had.
Yeah.
And I know that she is kind of questioning Sally's, not her friendship, but just the way that she's moving with the whole Craig thing. Vanita expected more like respect around her issues with Craig, and was like, hey, maybe don't be hanging out with him all the time, or because we're fighting. And I do understand partly like how Salley feels is like, I can't like cut off everyone that you maybe have an issue with. But also I feel like Vanita brought up those boundaries that she kind of wanted. And I think Salley kind of agreed to them initially.
Yeah.
And then didn't stay true to that. So I can understand why Vanita is bothered by that as well.
Yeah, I think, from Vanita's perspective, it maybe feels like on a show like this where Craig's been on the show from the very beginning, that maybe her point of view or her perspective isn't given the same kind of like weight.
Yeah.
That it's like, oh, but Craig invited me over, so like I can't say no.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, maybe that shows a little bit where how
Loyalty
you're weighing certain relationships.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that's totally fair.
Yes. And I mean, even Vanita said it, like she, Salley, I think, prioritizes relationships with men maybe over her girlfriends. And, I've even said, I think that Salley really likes the attention and like validation that she gets from men, which, I mean, I've been the same way in the past. I'm not really that as much anymore. But so I can understand that. And like, as women, we're kind of like taught to be that way. And I don't know. It's just, it's messy.
Well, it's complicated too. I think that's the
is.
thing is it's not as simple as like, you pick this person versus this person. Like when it's a real relationship and you have I think Vanita's calling Salley her best friend on the show. Like they have a real friendship. It's not just like, oh, I met this girl yesterday and then she didn't do what I said. It's like, no, this is it's sticky. It's complicated.
Yeah. Well, yeah, it is. And it's not as cut and dry as people might think. But also, I mean, I feel like Salley even said like, Charlie is my best friend. And I'm just like, how many best friends can y'all have? Like, pick one. Which one? My second best friend. I don't know if we can do that. Like MySpace top 8 or something.
We need power rankings.
Ranking, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I think she feels like she should be prioritized as her best friend, and I understand that.
I'm curious for you, going into your second season, we had a few people not return for this season, and then a few new people kind of coming into the group. What was it like kind of navigating that shift for the first time since you had joined the show? Like, did you feel like the overall group dynamic changed a lot, or was it hard to kind of, incorporate new people? What was that like?
I don't feel like it really shifted that much. Not to say that like I don't love Taylor, and I think she brought a lot to the show. I absolutely love Taylor, and I think she gets a lot of shit for things that a lot of people have done, and then maybe isn't just shown on TV. And then I don't know. I love Taylor. I know that it's probably different for Salley not having the whole Taylor of it all. And I love Whit and Charlie. I think they're both great. So that's been fun, welcoming them into the group. But I don't feel like the dynamic has necessarily shifted too much. I think it's more just like the Craig, Salley, Charlie thing has started, which is definitely new and different. But the love triangle, if you will. I don't know.
Yeah, I think, with Taylor, it was tough because once she and Shep broke up, it's like that's always going to kind of be not like an elephant in the room, but like it's hard to really be your own person when you come onto the show in a relationship.
Always going to be Shep's ex, Taylor.
Yeah. And I think like, I think she did a good job of creating her own, moments and story and everything like that. But it's tough when you start on the show that way to really, and I think, Madison and Austen, it's crazy thinking back years ago, watching them together, you do forget.
Right.
And the way that they have become, they were, one of the things I thought was the funniest is like at BravoCon, seeing them like, they were on like a dynamic duos panel as a pair. And it's like two girlfriends, and these exes that have now become
girlfriends.
Like, yeah, it's crazy.
No, I love it. I love their dynamic. I love that they're friends and they've gotten past all their shit. And Madison gives him so much shit and like makes fun of him, and I feel like my feelings would be a little hurt sometimes, but I think he can like brush it off, and that's how she is,
Well, and I think they both have. It wasn't always that way, it's like they had to really go and
they had to do some work and take some time. It took a while. Yeah, but now it's like you don't think of Madison as Austen's ex on the show. She's paved her own way, and she's like the MVP of the damn show.
She's the narrator.
She's the narrator. Yeah.
I love that detail of Southern Charm, the way they have someone in the cast like narrate what happened, what's going on in the season.
Yeah, I guess they don't do that a lot with other shows.
Not on Bravo, at least.
I never thought about that.
Yeah. It's like it kind of makes it, we're watching our stories.
Yeah. And it's just funny because Madison's always, has her 2 cents on everything. And so for her to be the narrator and be like, well, and then Austen did this. And it's just like, it fits.
Exactly.
Perfect.
Yeah. She's good for that role.
Yeah. And she's got the good Southern accent.
Southern accent.
I don't really have one.
You have like maybe like a tinge.
A tinge, especially when I'm like tired or drunk. It comes out more.
You're from Charleston.
Yeah, I was born in Barnwell, South Carolina, and I moved to Charleston when I was 3 days old. Wow. So I'm from Charleston. Move. Yeah, big move. Hour and a half.
Well,
I do. Oh man, it was stressful.
What has it been like the last couple seasons forming a relationship with Miss Patricia on the show? Because I think that's another thing that's very unique, having this matriarch figure who's decades older than anyone else in the cast, but she is like a keystone of this show.
Oh yeah. I love Miss Patricia. She's so fun and like clever, and just she's iconic, honestly. And I had definitely met her a few times, and I was like Whitney's date to the stag party years ago, and I've hung out with Whitney obviously, and I've seen her at the house and stuff. But it was I was honored to be invited to the party last year. And felt like I've been getting to know her more and more. And it's just, she's awesome.
I love her and Madison's relationship. It's so wild, but so perfect.
Yeah, it somehow fits so perfectly. And Madison was around forever as doing her hair and stuff. And they're like they need their own show. Like, what a duo.
That was one thing, seeing Miss Patricia still coming to BravoCon and, holding court on the stage, like it's impressive.
It's very impressive. I was tired. I can't imagine, like, God, I was exhausted.
Totally.
Give me a few decades and I'd be like, I'm not doing that.
But I feel like the show wouldn't be the same without that element.
we need her. Yeah. She's amazing. And I love that she was at Bravo. She's like holding it down with everybody. Yeah. And
she also, I feel like she has that license to really tell people exactly what she's thinking.
Oh, she can do
And it's
whatever
what are
she
you gonna
wants.
do? Yell at her?
What are
Like-
you gonna do? What are you gonna do? No, you're not. You're not gonna yell at Miss Patricia. That's social suicide. Like I said with the whole JT thing, which I don't actually think he said, calling her the B word. I was like, that just doesn't sound like something he'd say. But like, if he did, are you stupid? Why would you ever say that around anyone who it might get out? Like that, literally social suicide. You can't go against Miss
Yeah,
Patricia.
I mean, offering her a cane was bad enough.
He did it. He meant poor thing. And I understand how she was like, why would you give me this? You calling me old? Jesus. But like, we all got
that was the last
canes.
we ever saw of
really, like you pissed Miss Patricia off. You're out. You're dead to the group.
What is your dynamic like with Whitney these days? Because I know you guys have history on and off the show.
Yeah, we're great. We're friends. He came to one of my gigs like a week ago, and he came up on stage and sang with Shep.
So fun.
It was so much fun. They sang "Creep," and then Whitney got the guitar and was playing. Yeah, they took over the show for a few minutes, and everybody had their phones out. Like, oh my god! I'm like, get your phones out. This doesn't happen at every gig I play. But we have a great time together. He's like really supportive of all the stuff I do. You know, he's super sweet, and just like a good friend. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
What do you feel like, doing this show and sort of becoming ingrained in this group over the last couple of years? What has been kind of maybe like the rose and thorn of adding that element into your life?
God, what has been the rose and thorn?
Or maybe
I think just the rose has been like getting to, like work with my friends. Doesn't feel like work because like we're just living and there are cameras around. But like, I think it's changed our relationships, making them deeper in a sense, just because I kind of understand everything that they've been going through more now, going through it. The thorn, I think, is just, God, I think just the fact that if you're hanging out this often, like things are bound to happen, issues are bound to arise, and then we all have to talk about it, and everyone dissects everyone's issues.
Yeah.
And so, that can be not fun sometimes, and it's like everybody's going to put their 2 cents in on something that they weren't even maybe there for, but that's the name of the game, I guess.
Right, and then you're gonna see exactly what they said.
Yeah, like I may not have been there
for
for what they said. And I'm like, oh, well, now I get to hear them talking shit about me behind my back,
Well, and I feel like especially also the social media piece of it. I think Southern Charm is a show that, and you need this for a show to be successful over a decade like this one has been. People have strong opinions.
Yes.
People feel like they know all of you.
Yes.
And people feel like they are in y'all's lives. Mm-hmm. What has it been like kind of like dipping your toe into that arena where people are just like gonna have thoughts about what you say and who you're hooking up with or who you're talking to, like all of that stuff.
Well, I think I was really lucky my first season. Like I barely read any mean or rude comments, although I don't go on Reddit. I feel like there's probably some mean.
Don't go on Reddit.
No, Reddit's
not like
terrible place
for you, but just don't go on Reddit.
No. And I think it'll be a little bit different this season, just because I've got a little bit of drama with some of the girls, and it is kind of strange, but I also get it. Like I watch reality TV as well, and sometimes I feel like I know the people, but I also know everything that goes into it, and there's a lot of like sometimes context that is maybe misconstrued, and you don't see every single thing that happens, and a lot of people are like, oh, well, why would they say that, or why are they getting in on other people's drama? It's like, that's what we do,
right?
That's the whole point of this thing, and I think people don't understand that sometimes. It's like I gotta talk.
Well, and I think that's the thing. It's like you're kind of damned if you do, damned if you don't.
Yeah,
But it's like, do you want me to be boring or do you want me to be interesting?
Exactly.
Like,
You want I've got to put my 2 cents in on all of the situations and the fights and stuff that happen. You can't please everyone, and sometimes I wouldn't call myself a people pleaser, but I don't like when people don't like me.
Yeah.
I'm like, why don't you like me? And I need to get over that because, there are plenty of people who don't like me, and that's fine. That's life. And I don't live my life to be liked by people. I do whatever I want, and I do my weird shit. And
Yeah,
it's fun.
I think if you're living your life or, filming a show to be liked, people either are going to know that and not
and
like
they're
it,
that's
or
not
they're
genuine.
or they're going to be like, she's fine.
Yeah. Yeah. And, I don't want to be boring, and,
Right.
and I don't want people to think that I'm like disingenuous. And, I think for the most part, I don't seem that way, but who knows?
I do feel like maybe at this year's reunion, you'll have like a little bit more to get into, a little more to unpack.
Yes. No, the reunion's going to be insane for everyone. Oh man, it's going to be like a 5-part reunion. It's going to be the longest day of all time.
I mean, even just thinking of everything that happened at Whitner's birthday party, that could be an hour of the reunion.
It could be 2 hours of it.
itself.
That could, no, that's going to be a large portion of it. And there's so much more
Yeah.
coming.
What are you, when you think about this season, everything that you filmed, everything that happened, where are you kind of on the scale of like, this is going to be fun to rewatch, I can't wait to see it, versus are there things that you're kind of like, okay, this episode's going to be tough, and this episode's going to be tough?
I think the next few episodes are going to be the toughest.
Yeah.
And then I think it will hopefully chill out a little bit. We'll see when I see what everybody else is saying, behind, like when I wasn't there. So that can always change. I was more stressed for the Salley kind of fight and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But then I start kind of getting more into singing. We kind of follow that a little bit this season. That's stressful for me to see too, but
In a different
also,
way, yeah.
in a different way, but also really exciting just to
Yeah.
show everyone that. So it's a
give and take.
It's a give and take. It's a half and half.
If we can be like a little more, glass half full than glass half empty, I think that's a good place to be.
I feel like I'm a little glass half full. Eh.
And the glass half
For now.
empty, we'll enjoy watching,
Yeah.
and you will maybe watch through your fingers a little bit.
Pour it on someone
Exactly.
at the reunion.
Well, I'm excited for this season, and I love getting to talk to you today.
Yeah, it was fun.
Thanks so much, and thanks everyone for watching. Don't forget to rate, review, and subscribe. Happy holidays, and until next time, be cool. Don't be all like uncool.